Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Karen.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our
Hi.
channel.
We're a channel about cross stitch
Cross
and
stitch
shenanigans.
and shenanigans. Yes, we are.
We talk about a little bit of everything, so you never know what we might talk about.
Yeah, it's the point is to let us talk while you stitch, and hopefully you get a
Yeah.
little chuckle.
And hopefully you'll share with us what you're stitching. So,
Yes. Yes.
oh, that reminds me. We didn't
What?
talk about this, but we have a Facebook page now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do. We're official.
Yeah, so go to Stitching Past My Bedtime and sign up. There's a couple of questions just to keep out the scammers or spammers and trolls and bots and all of those people who don't know what stitching is. So they're easy questions.
And
So
then we'll be able to set up our events and
yeah,
publish any Zoom calls that we do through the Facebook channel. That
exactly,
makes
because
it
that's
easier to share.
that's what we want to do is start doing this whole interactive thing. So so
Thank
one
you.
thing I did this week because I wanted to see how some of the like not that we're not successful, we are. I mean, I think we're doing gangbusters, but
Yeah.
how the other one started and kind of got the feel and the flow. And there was one that they started out by asking each other questions so that the audience would get to know them a little bit better. So I thought, well, we'll just steal that idea. I mean, everybody knows I'm obsessed with polar bears, and you like to stitch over one.
Yes. Yes. Those are known facts.
Yes, we each have one child that can't be named.
Right?
Yeah, and so we'll get started here with the questions. So the first question, Karen, is what is or was your favorite TV show?
Oh, shoot. TV show. Well, I think I'm going to say The X-Files. Back in the day. I don't really watch TV that much anymore. Back in the day, I was part of the fan club. We watched it religiously. I loved it. Fox and Mulder and whatever, Scully. And yeah, I think that's the one that comes to mind first. What about you?
Me, I have a three-way tie. Actually, there's
Okay.
one that's just a little bit above everybody, and that is Luther with Idris Elba.
Okay.
He plays a detective. And then the next two, well, the next one is Sherlock, but the version with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, we watched that. Oh yeah, that was good. Oh, I thought of another one. Okay, go ahead.
Well, what was funny about that was when I started watching Sherlock, I had seen Benedict Cumberbatch on Graham Norton, which is another one of my favorite shows. And I was like, who is this guy? And Doug's like, he's Sherlock. You haven't watched it? And I'm like, no, I haven't watched it. And he's like, you got to watch it. And that was right after I had that was right after I took the kid to London. And one of the first scenes is in a park. And I'm like, I've been in that park. And Doug is like, you just think you've had a little too many painkillers or something. It's like, I've been in that park. I walked in that park every day. I know that park. And so I did a little Google search of, where did they film outdoor scenes? And I was right. I was in that park. So Russell Square Park. So
Cool.
yeah. And then the kids' classroom was actually like less than a block away from where they shot the exterior shots for the show, the
Wow.
210 Baker Street. And then there was, I think it was called Speedy's Cafe on the show, but it's something else in real life, but it is a cafe. So anyway, um, and then my other one that's tied with Sherlock would be Killing Eve.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it was on, I think, HBO. And it's got very dark humor in it. It's well, it's about a female assassin, And anyway, it's good.
You just
It
made me
was good.
think
It's
of
not running.
another good one. So House,
Oh yeah,
that was
House.
great. House, and what was the show? American Spy? No, the one with the Russians who put
Oh,
on.
that was so good.
That was
Yes.
really good, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
when
the
they all the
Americans.
disguises, the Americans.
The
Yes, that
Americans.
was
And their
so
house was
good.
perfect. I mean, the setting, everything was perfect.
Yeah, that was a really good show. I love that
That
guy.
was.
Yeah.
And they had a baby together during the show. The actor and actress that played the mom and dad, they're still together, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, she was pregnant in the show.
Wow. I didn't know that. That was such a
It
good
was. It
show.
was. Okay, so moving on from TV, what is your favorite book?
The Bell Jar, Sylvia
Okay.
Plath. And yeah, I read that a million times, read it a lot in college, wrote a lot of papers on it. And I um recently decided I wanted to listen to it on an audiobook because I'd never listened to it, which was a whole new experience
Mhm.
to hear the book that I loved. Yeah, I wrote a paper about puke in the bell
Oh,
jar. I got an A. Of
of course you did.
course I did.
Mine is not anything that anybody would ever think that it was. It's The Killer Angels by Michael Shara. It's about
Hmm,
Gettysburg, and but it's set in novel form,
okay. So like a
and it's like,
historical novel.
well, it was like one of the scariest books I've ever read because it was almost like being there. It was like, don't run up to the fence, you're not gonna make it, stay up on the hill. It was really suspenseful, and it took me a while to read it because I would get so into it.
Wow.
And
What is it
seriously,
called?
The Killer Angels.
Okay.
And I probably, if I would have read that before I went to college, I would have probably studied like something like war history or something because I just
Really?
found it fascinating. Why I don't know, but I did.
What did you
Um,
study in college?
everything. Um, I started out studying science. I was pre-med, and then I switched to um, telecommunications, which the degree doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh no.
So,
Oh, I got it my degree in English. So I say I went to college for 5 years and read a lot of great books. You can't beat that.
yeah. So, what is your favorite movie?
Okay, everybody's gonna laugh. Reality Bites.
I'm not gonna laugh. I like that
I
movie.
love that movie. The soundtrack is awesome. It hit me at a time when it was like I just graduated from college when that movie came out, so it was a good movie.
It
That's
was a
my
good movie. Mine is kind of cheesy, but mine would be The Sound of Music.
I would watch it all the time when I was younger.
Yeah, and I think I had talked about this before, but my mom made sure that we watched, Swiss Family Robinson, The Sound of Music, Gone with When, you
How
know.
about King Arthur? Did you watch King Arthur?
No, but she had
Camelot.
To
I'm
Kill a
sorry, Camelot.
Mockingbird. We had to watch
Camelot.
all of those. To
King
Kill
and
a
I.
Mockingbird would be up there too, but The Sound of Music. And then there's a movie with Ricky Gervais in it that's really funny. It's called Ghost Town, which if it's on, I'll watch it. But I don't
I,
watch a lot of movies
I
anymore.
also love anything with Audrey Hepburn. Breakfast at Tiffany's, one of my favorites. So
Yeah, because you stitched a little Audrey Hepburn, didn't you?
yeah, I did. She's on my wall. Mhm. I only have two things on my wall, so that's a big deal. Everything else is in that box.
So, what was your favorite subject in college?
English lit. I started as a computer science major and I basically got curved my grade from in pre-calc from failing to a C or something. So I didn't learn anything, and then they put me in calc and I was like, "Oh, hell no." And I walked out of the class on the first day when he said, "You should have learned this in pre-calc." And I'd never seen it before. And I walked out and I ran into my English professor, Dr. Ettinger, and he said, "You're a really good writer. You should really think about writing. You should think about English." I'm like, "Okay, what do I tell my dad? What can I do with that?" He gave me a list of things. I was like, I switched my major. I went from left brain, right brain, left brain, whatever. So yeah, English lit, anything. We did a really good course in Holocaust lit. The teacher, the professor was like, wrote her phone number on the board at the beginning of class. She said, "You will have nightmares, just call me." And I was like, "Oh my, that's a way to start a class,
Yeah.
right?" And yeah, I just really, really read a lot of great stuff in college.
Mine was chemistry. I
Oh,
think it was, I just really enjoyed it. And to me, it was like solving a puzzle. And it's
yeah.
funny because both of my brothers are very math oriented and I'm not.
Uh-huh.
And they both hated chemistry. Like one brother has a degree in physics, which I didn't do. I didn't do well in physics at all. And then my other brother has a degree in engineering, and so they're both like math nerds. And
Sorry
oh,
about that. I had a knock on the door.
okay, what is your favorite place that you visited?
Ireland,
Me too. Favorite town?
Kilkenny.
Kilkenny, mine too. See, people, this is how we got to be friends. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a million and one to shot, million to one shot there when we both said Kilkenny.
yeah, yeah, because it's not a very big town.
No, but they have a lot of pubs.
Yeah. Cobblestone streets and those little slipperies, the
Yeah.
slips, butter slip, and it's like a little alley, and they call them slips.
And they had a veggie place. I can't remember what it was called, Roots and something.
That was
But
where we ran into that bus full of senior citizens on vacation. Did I tell you that story?
uh-uh.
And ran into them. They were from the States. And we were on our honeymoon and we were drinking with them because we're Americans and they thought it was so cute. We were on our honeymoon. So when I got home, my great aunt, who was in a senior home at the time or had friends or something, said, "Oh, my friend said she was just in Ireland and met a couple who were on their honeymoon there." And she said, "Well, I said my niece was just there on their honeymoon and they brought in a picture and I have it on my fridge." She saw they met us in Ireland and I have a picture from, actually it's the only one I have because I think I lost my camera or I lost the pictures from our honeymoon. It's the only one I have on my fridge from us in Ireland someone else took. Yeah, that's my favorite place.
Okay, and for the last question, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you in public that you can share on YouTube?
Okay. This is probably my most embarrassing moment ever and I'm going to share it. And if anybody reminds me of it when we meet at a retreat, I will be mortified. All right, 8th grade, we had something called Spirit Night, and we played a lot of games with our parents, right? It was, stuff in the gym. This one game, I wasn't signed up for it. You ran across the basketball court, you put on oversized clothes, you ran back, and you took the clothes off. And my dad was playing with me. So I run over, and I put on the clothes, I run over. I didn't realize that I hadn't actually um my pants. I didn't actually button my pants. So when I stopped, the pants fell. But then I proceeded to take my own pants down. I flashed everybody with white underwear, little purple flowers. I could still see the these girls in the front row, because there were bleachers. People were sitting on the bleachers right there. These girls were laughing and pointing, and I was mortified. I had a little boyfriend at the time, and I heard some guy saying, "Did you just see what your girlfriend did?" And I ran down to my mom. She was selling cupcakes in the basement. I was like, "We gotta go. We gotta go." She goes, "I can't go. I'm selling cupcakes." Like, you don't understand what just happened to me.
Did you go?
No, I was scarred for life. So much so that my daughter went to school there, and they had 8th grade, still had 8th grade spirit night, and I was panicking. I did not want to do spirit night, and COVID happened, and we didn't have to do spirit. Oh God, isn't that horrible? Oh my God, that's my most embarrassing
Yeah,
moment.
I think that's gonna beat mine. Mine has two parts. When I went to Michigan State, because I transferred from Central Michigan, so I transferred down to Michigan State, and I moved into a little apartment, a little studio apartment, and across the way was this fraternity. It was caddies. They were called the Evans Scholars. So when I moved in, I became the girl next door. So if I was like anywhere on campus, all of a sudden I'd hear, "It's the girl next door," and then I'd wave, and they'd wave, and so it became a funny
That's
thing.
cute.
So the story is kind of separate from that, but there was a day I must have been running behind because I had my glasses on. I only had like one pencil on me, and I went running into, it was the largest lecture hall on MSU's campus, which seated comfortably 600 and something people.
Wow.
And it was pretty much full except for the seat in front of me. And it was a lecture hall, so the seats, it's like theater seating. And so I'm sitting there bored, and I can't even remember what class it was. And I dropped my pencil, and it starts rolling. Well, there's nobody in front of me, and I went to grab it, and the seats were metal, and I hit my face, I hit my glasses. It sounded like a shotgun had gone off in the classroom, in the lecture hall. It was so loud, and everybody turns around. My glasses were broken. My nose was bleeding. And you know how it is when you hit your nose and it makes your eyes water? I couldn't see. My glasses were broken. And I just took all my things and I ran. So then we were
Oh
on
my God.
we were on trimesters. And so, we had short sessions. So the next trimester, I go and I sit down in a class, and these two guys walk in, and one of the guys goes, "Oh, it's you." And I said, "Yeah, I'm the girl next door." And he goes, "No, you're the girl who broke her face on the chair." Yeah, I'm that
Oh my God. Oh
too.
no. Oh
So
no.
yeah, I don't know how I made it to like age 25.
Right.
Between
Right.
me, the horses, everything else. So
Trixie.
all right, now people know.
I forgot to move my table back. All right. That was fun.
Yeah. So do you have any finishes?
No,
Me neither. Whips.
I do have a ton of whips. You want to go
I
first?
only have one, and it doesn't really look like much. Um, I just went the other day. I just decided that since I'm doing whatever I want to do in April, I would just grab a project bag and see what was inside. Well, I knew one of the projects inside of my little gnome bag. Sorry, Carolyn, I don't think she likes gnomes.
You have more than one in that bag?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
several. This is I didn't realize it, but it's my Madame Chantilly bag. So I pulled out Halloween mouses.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And I thought I was stitching it on 36 count. And I thought, why am I stitching it on 36 count with 2 strands of fiber? But then I finally found the card, and it's 32 count. Picture this plus Ren. So I didn't get much done. So I'm working on the boot. I don't know if you
That's
can see it
cute.
or not. So I'm working on his little boot that he sits on. So
That's cute.
I did more frogging than anything because it got all tangled up, and so that's my big whip.
That's all you worked on all week? What do I gotta do to get you to stitch more?
Well, it was just the week.
It was
It
just
was
a
just,
week.
you
One of those
know,
weeks.
yeah.
Well, you said you kitted up, you were working on your floss for
Yeah,
something
I
too.
did
So you
that.
were doing stitching related
Yeah, and I was
activities.
planning, so I
Planning,
got
that's
that. Yeah.
true. All right,
Yeah.
I will cut you some slack. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay.
I don't know why I was like, let me get all over Kathy for not stitching.
I'm
That
gonna
was
stitch today.
unplanned. All right. So I did a lot. I finished my WIPGO for the month, and I finished
Yay.
my magazine monthly challenge for the month that I wasn't going to do.
And that I
And
didn't do.
um so yeah, so Autumn Quaker was WIPGO. I stitched on this 1,000 stitches yesterday. I stitched
Wow.
a lot yesterday. All right.
Yeah,
So
you
I
did.
actually had a big partial finish. I finished this page right here. No,
Wow.
wrong side. This page over here. Um, and I started down. This is the last row, and I started down here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I actually
It
wanted to
looks
finish that
so
this
good.
week. It's my 24 year whips. So yeah, I took it out just because I'm gonna have to move the tule snap anyway. But yeah, it looks so good. I'm so
It
excited.
does.
Um, yeah. So that one is on 28 count linen. That's actually linen. Picture this plus to bloom using Valdani 1/1. Excuse me, I don't know. Maybe allergies are bothering me. All right, then as I said last time, I think I said last time I was restarting the Grinch,
Mm-hmm.
my stocking. This is on Easy Grid. I changed it to Easy Grid. Oh my gosh, so much easier. I've already caught up to where I was.
Wow.
It's so
That looks
much
good.
easier to stitch. And especially full coverage, no one's going to see the fabric. Why not make your life simpler? What's interesting, I didn't realize this. So they still do 10 by 10 blocks on 28 count. So the assumption is you're still doing 1/1, right? Kind of like, I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm math challenged. No.
I was thinking about it. I was like, their 10 by 10 blocks assumes 1/1 because it's 10 by 10 instead of 20 by 20, which would assume or whatever it would need to be 1/2. Never mind.
You're gonna make me
I
think.
know. And that's part of Ronnie's Sock Up To Me Sal. Um, and the goal was supposed to be to finish that this year, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's for my pug, Sadie. I'm gonna put her name on the
Aw.
top. All right, I did a lot on Harriet Cooper, which is oh, I'm not showing the pictures. Oh well. Harriet Cooper, you guys have seen this before. So I did a lot on the columns. I added the columns and inside, and I did all those steps.
Wow. That looks so good. That looks it. I said it last week. It looks 3D. It really does.
Yeah. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm saving some of the grass and everything or water or whatever that is for retreat stitching. All right, so that's on 32 count Fabrics by Stephanie Vanilla Latte. All right, you haven't seen this one in a while. I've been doing this one as a travel stitch at work. Colorful Pug.
Aw. You're so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. 32 count antique white Lugana Zweigart 1/1. And that's on my year of whips too, so I gotta finish that. I still have a lot to do. I thought I was making good progress, but there's still a lot. Then Deadly Aquarium. Little crow, man. It's just amazing. Oops. Oh, what happened? Oh, my magnets. Hang on, my magnets got caught. I took off the other magnet, which took off the needle, all right, so Little Crow. I worked on, oh look, you can see the color back here. Oh,
Yeah,
color is amazing. And I worked on that top. It's so detailed.
it is. That's really cool.
Yeah, this is 32 count Grace Notes fabric Lugana called Sarah. Love. And then I got anxious. I hadn't touched Halloween and Hawthorne Hollow. We know we want to finish that. So I was working on block 3 and worked on that moon there in the middle.
Oh, wow. Do you have to fill in all the grass too?
Yep. There's still a
Okay.
lot of stitching, and there's still over here still some tree left to do. So there's still a lot. I thought it was closer when I picked this. I was like, oh, it's just filling. So yeah, but we'll hear more about Halloween and Hot Ground Hollow in my plans. All right. That's all my whips. That was all. I touched all those in a week.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I
It's my happy place.
What did I do? I don't know. I don't even really know what I did this week. Oh, I had stuff to do. I did that. Yeah. I did that stuff. You know that stuff. I
All
had
that
stuff.
stuff. That's a lot
Yeah,
of
that
stuff to
stuff.
get done. I'm impressed.
Yeah. As opposed to most of them. Just muddling my way through.
I know what you did this week. You bought stuff. You increased your stash endowments pile.
I I did, but I did some very frugal stitching. I mean, stashing, endowing. So, which I'm very proud of myself.
Stashing, endowing.
Although I still got, I mean, someone doesn't care what I get as long as everything's paid. But we would have a little bit of money left over if you just, you stitch what you got. Um,
Yeah.
so my first frugal stuff that I got, let's see if I pulled them all out. Yep. This is from Kitten Stitcher, Teresa Vanetti, which is also Shakespeare's Peddler. She has a $5 spot on her website where she's putting more and more charts on there
Oh,
because
really?
she's doing a lot of cleaning out. And she's also cleaning out a lot of cool fabrics that you could use for finishing.
Oh.
So from her $5 section, and I've been calling these charts all different kinds of names like notable women, da da da. And I finally found out primitive hair, women who made history. And so I got Anne Frank to add to my collection of women who made history.
Oh, I love that. Be happy. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I
Yeah,
like
it
that one a
says,
lot.
think of all the beauty still left around. I mean, let me start all over again. Yes, I know how to read. Think of all the beauty still left around you and be happy. I took a pause there that I shouldn't have, but yeah,
Oh, I love that one. I have to put that on my list.
yeah. So far, I'm just, well, I'll have to stitch Queen Elizabeth II first before I stitch this so that I have like a happy break between my women who made history.
Yeah,
Between
it's
Bridget,
crazy that, yeah, Bridget's on Women Who Made History. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's good to remember her, but is
Well, she
she on?
was,
Is that the title on the pattern? Women Who Made History is that on Bridget Cleary?
I don't know. Let me check because
I
someone
can
still has the bag from last week.
I know. I'm still looking at it. I got to write that down for my plans.
No, it says Bridget Cleary, an Irish fairy, but she did make
Oh,
history.
but she's not, and that makes sense because she's not in that
Yeah.
little frame.
Yeah. She's I mean, it was what happened to her was historic. You know, it was one of the first cases that I think got tried for you know, a husband killing their wife. Um, this is an oldie but goodie, and it's been revisited, but I like bunnies and I really loved Hands to Work when they were producing charts. So this is Hands to Work revisited, Be Not Weary.
Oh, wow.
And then I
That's a
got
cool one.
Mojo Stitches, Peace and Plenty, A New Year's Wish.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot.
I do too. And I think if I stitch it, it's not going to just hang up for New Year's. It's going to hang up all year round.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't read New Year's.
No. Um, and then the Scarlet House, Ghost and Goblins.
Oh, yeah, I like that one. The pumpkin guy is so
Yeah.
cute.
So those were all from the $5 bargain bin on kittenstitcher.com.
Wow.
Then my next one, and it was bargain too. It's from Stitch and Piece, Beverly Steinbach on Etsy. She's a total sweetheart. We messaged back and forth on it, you know, after I ordered it. So I have been looking for a retreat mat. And I mean, I think I've been looking since I came back from Stitching in the Wild last May. I wanted a retreat mat. I couldn't find one. I was just going to tie a ribbon around a placemat if I had to. But I had to show how pretty it is. It looks like a gift, doesn't it?
Oh, it
I feel like
does.
I got
That's
like a
so
gift in the
nice.
mail.
You did. You got Happy Mail.
I did. And then, you know, she sent a little card and it was like, oh,
You haven't opened it yet?
I opened it, but I
Did you
got the
read?
tape back on somehow. I don't know
That's
how
so,
I did it.
that was so kind of you to rewrap it for us.
Yeah, I know. So, and then she even put a little piece of this stuff in there to
All right.
keep it
Protect it.
protected. And
Oh, look at that. Your little animals.
yes, I had to get, well, you know, I'm going to have animals, but I couldn't find one that yelled Kathy. And then this one yelled Kathy. And I'm like, I'm going to get it, even though 3 other people had it in their cart. So I'm sorry, people. I came in at the last minute and stole it from all of you. So it's got little pockets right here to put your scissors or whatever. It's got a little thread bed up here with that kind of felty stuff. And she put in a needle threader and pen. They're really
That's
cute.
cute. Oh.
And then it has a little Ort holder. Ta-da!
Oh, that's the little snappy kind, or is just a.
Yeah. So it'll snap right there. And there's
Oh, cute.
my little, whoops. Well, it'll look better when it's sitting on the table, but
Oh,
here's
yeah.
my little retreat mat.
I love
Mat.
it.
Keep saying
I'm
mat.
excited
Mat.
for you. I'm excited to sit next to that mat.
Yeah. It reminds me of when the kid who I've already named, but he went to Montessori and they had little carpet squares, and so you couldn't go beyond your carpet square. So I won't go beyond my mat. You had to learn personal space.
Oh.
So I'm really happy with that because I had looked at so many and I couldn't find the pattern that I liked. I couldn't find the price range that I liked. And I was like, yeah, I scored on both.
Yay.
Yay.
That's awesome.
And then this is actually old. I had talked about it before, but my elephant landed in Detroit.
Oh,
And
did you finally get it?
yeah, I did. I emailed Lindy
The post
Stitches and
office.
said, I haven't gotten my elephant yet. And it's been a month and I did a you know, a package search and the post office hasn't responded to me. And so her husband's like, I'm getting one in the mail to you right now. And it was here in 2 days.
Oh,
So this
that's
was
so nice of
actually,
them.
yeah, this is actually the March. Whoops, let me get that out of the way. The March endangered species. I called her Trudy. So Trudy 1 is down at the mail center in Detroit, which is actually Pontiac. And I don't know what she's doing, wandering around, or somebody took her to the zoo. I don't know. But it's an African, Trudy is an African savanna elephant. And
That's really cool.
they eat just a little bit more a day than I do, which is they says 600 pounds. So I'm probably right close to that, with all the cookies and everything. So they eat berries, grass, fruit, and other plants. So they weigh 4.7 tons. And then there's you get
Wow.
4 skeins of overdies in the club. So there's the skeins.
Oh, that's cool.
They're like Trudy colors. They're grays. And then this color, which is really cool. I can't really see it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that's the viney stuff that's hanging down right here.
Okay.
And those are made with, I think, long stitches or stem stitches. I'm not sure.
What's the called for fabric?
The call for fabric is the Silver Moon linen by Swigart, which I got a small piece of it for my leopard. And I'm going to get a fat quarter from Lindy Stitches to do the other ones on, because there's 6 parts, but I'm doing mine on 40 count. So there's Trudy 2.
Oh, I'm
Because
so excited that you got that. So
Trudy
cute.
1 is, I don't know. And then I saw this and it made me laugh because I was having a bad day. And so I placed an order with the silver needle because I didn't see it anywhere else. And it is Satsuma Street. Oh, look at how cute they wrapped it up. I love it when they go.
Oh,
Isn't that cute?
yeah.
So Satsuma Street has the 12 Days of Christmas series that they're doing. And they just came out with the calling birds, the 4 calling birds.
Oh,
And I thought
right.
that was hysterical. So, and it's got little paillettes. I think that's what you call them. And then a bead goes on top of it, or a series of beads. And so it
Oh,
looks like
those little
the
like
little,
sequin things.
yeah. And
Okay.
so it looks like a real dial or
That's
real push
cute.
button. So,
That's really
so
cute.
I'll have to get the other ones, but I thought that was hysterical.
That's
And then
funny.
since I was doing that, and the silver needle carries pony needles, I got some pony needles. And these, I should open these. I just got the color variety pack, and then I got these just to try them out because they look really cool. But they're
Oh, yeah.
not nickel plated. They're black with white eyes.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of those before. I like, actually, I've used pony needles. I like them a lot. They're very
I
light.
do too.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
second on my list to the Edmar needles, but I lost my pack of pony needles that I had, so I got some pony needles. So
Darn it. I
I'm
just
really
made an
happy.
order with GaRon, and I should have ordered needles because I am running low in my 28s. Um,
We'll just add
I
it on to your you just make another order and then you click pick up and shop or whatever the option is, and they'll just add the needles to it. I've
because
done
I
that
just
before.
and then so they had the 10% off fabrics. So okay, so yeah, that's yesterday with their shop opening. And so I picked out 4 fabrics like I need fabric, like a hole in the head. And then this morning I get up and I have my bill for fabric of the month, which is 2 more fabrics, and I didn't get freaking needles to stitch on said fabrics.
Well, you can, like
I'll
I
see
said,
if I can add it on.
you can, down in the comments, because I've had to do that before. So
Yeah,
they're
I
good about
definitely need
that.
to do that. All right, so let's talk about, oh wait, I had stash endowment. So I got my fabric of the month from Drema, and I got more colonial parchment from Fabrics by Stephanie.
That's a good basic fabric, though. I mean, you can put
Yeah.
anything on that.
Yeah, I think I used this for something, and you were like, yeah, that's a good choice. This is 32 count Lugana. And then I got a pattern that I forgot to show last week, which is Works by ABC 324.
Mm-hmm.
This
And you're going to use
was,
all 324 colors, aren't you?
no, I'm not. I'm doing the 36 color option, which is shown here, which is sufficient for me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it little. I think that's why I ordered some antique weight. I'm gonna do it on antique weight, 32 count, um, over 1. So it should be like 7 by 7. So it'll go along with the other Pride stitches I have, the size wise. And then I
Mm-hmm.
forgot to show, this came with my fabric of the month. She always gives you a free little gift. And it's like an eyeglass cleaner cloth.
Oh, that is
Is
hysterical.
that not the cutest thing ever?
It
Oh
is.
my gosh. Okay. All right. Now we have plans. So let's
Yes.
do magazine monthly challenge and go through what we're picking.
Okay.
So the theme this month for May is farmers market. I went to a stretch. I'm doing greenhouse of oddities because in the greenhouse they might grow vegetables which you would buy at a farmer's market.
Well, here at the farmers market, they always have flowers and plants and things.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, in
So
fact,
this
I
is
was
on
just
my year of whips because uh-oh, I think I just dropped my needle minder and my needle. Shit. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hold please. I found it.
okay, good.
Okay.
You don't want to
So
have to
that's
take
on my year
the
of
puppy
whips
to the
free
vet.
month. So what did you do for farmers market?
For farmers market, I am doing Egg in a Bowl by Kathy Barrick, which is this.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I did one night instead of stitching is I put all my threads on my new little cards I had gotten. So I've got those all ready to go. And I'm going to stitch it on this, which looks a lot like colonial parchment, but it's not. It's
Looks like vanilla latte.
nope. It is there. You can see what it's going to look
Oh, that's
like.
gonna look good.
Yeah,
What is it
it
called?
is Eureka by Fox and Rabbit.
Oh, nice.
And I
Okay.
got enough that there's another one in the series, apple dumplings. Yeah, or
Mm-hmm.
apple something. And so I have enough here to do both of them, to do egg in a bowl, which we call toad in a hole. But their recipe is a little, it also contains recipes like I cook. And
Like I cook.
yeah. And
Cookies
so
and pie.
theirs is a little different than, I mean, Doug makes toad in a hole, which is basically toast with an egg in the
Right.
center of it. I would not be able to do that because mine would go everywhere.
I wouldn't be able to cut the hole.
Well, yeah, here's a piece of toast and here's an egg. Be happy.
All right, so for the acrostic, the word is bicycle. So for B, I picked Viva la Vida, which means long live life, and I'm not sure. Oh, because it's Barbara Anna. So that's
Oh,
where I am.
that looks so good.
I know. I'm excited to stitch on that again. What are you doing for B? Oh,
For
and I'm doing
B,
that for L too.
for
Love.
B, I am doing Midnight Sewing Tray by Shepherd's Bush. That's the one where I only have part of the hill left to do. And so I use the B in Bush.
Okay. And then you go.
I am doing Ink Circle. So there's my I. Reflections of London. I showed that last week. So with my little red
Great.
double-decker buses.
I'm doing Irish Sampler because I call this my Irish Sampler, the mini sampler by Erica Michaels.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah. And
The next one is
C,
C.
Colorful Pug. Doing that. I have that for C and both C's. Yeah. Colorful
Oh,
Pug.
well, I have mine for both C's too.
What's yours?
Oh, Christmas Tree by Madame Chantilly. So I
Okay.
hit the C in Christmas and the C in Chantilly.
Cool.
So yeah, it's about time to get my polar bear out again. I think we've had
Right.
enough of a timeout from each other that
Yeah, we
work
gotta
along
get working on that.
Yeah.
And Y, I did Year of Whips. I did Greenhouse. I did Greenhouse of Oddities again, so I could get
I
some more
did.
progress.
I had a hard time with this one, but I want to get these done. I did Stitching in the Wild, Romy's creation. So I used the Y in Romy's. That's the little monsters that go
Yeah.
across. So I will be working on my little monsters.
You know, Gary showed off Art to Art, Mischievous Monster that he used to have hanging behind him on the
Yeah,
orange. But then I went and looked and he didn't have it in the shop. I wonder, is it Art to Art or Heart to Art? Art to Heart.
I think it's Art to Heart. It's
Art to Heart.
um yeah, it's just another button company.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't find
So
it.
it's like
I
their
really like
design
that
line.
one on the orange. On the orange. I don't know. It's stuck in my head and I really, really want to. Okay, so C, we already talked about CL. Still doing Long Live Life or Vida La Viva. What is
Uh,
your
John
L?
Lennon, because Doug wants me to get it done.
Oh, you told him about it?
Yeah. Well, I have an Echo show that I like watch my YouTube shows and stuff on. And so it shows your pictures. And so I have a picture of the pattern that pops up of John Lennon. And it's like, well, why do you have that picture up there? Well, that's actually the picture that's on the cover chart. So I have pictures of the dogs and cross stitching that rotate around.
All right, last but not least, E. I did for eek, like eek, cactus, like when you get pricked by a cactus. I did my You Still Live kit. I'm still on the second cactus and I have to finish the back stitching on that. So maybe I'll get number 2 done. Yeah, that's on good old fashioned Ada.
And I am doing the Drawn Threads Good Neighbor. So neighbor has an E in it. I wasn't very creative this month, except for maybe Eggable. Um, so, so that's mine. There's
And
nothing,
then,
no super challenges that I'm going to get sucked into this month. So I should be
oh
able to
yeah,
handle this.
that's
So,
good. So for my WIPGO, they called number 13 this month, which is the middle block, which
it's
uh,
episode 13 also.
oh, it's our episode 13. Oh, that's weird.
Yes.
Is it Friday the 13th in May? Is
Mm,
there a Friday the 13th in May?
I'll have to look. No, it's on a
Okay, good.
Monday, the
All
day
right.
after Mother's
So
Day.
13 is the center block on a bingo board, and you're supposed to leave it free. But dumb me, I filled it in with Love is Love. But I already finished Love is Love. So instead of swapping it out, I'm taking credit for finishing Love is Love. Here's the one little one I haven't finished at all. Ugh. Anyway, so I have for WIPGO for May, Autumn Quaker, which is great. I'm excited about that. I put it on several times so that I could get a finish. And then Hawk Run Hollow block number 1. So it is showing up for on-demand stitching, which I get a lot of stitching done for WIPGO because I do 5 days for each. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and so for other plans, I'm taking off work. I have something important to do on Thursday, but then I also took off Friday and Monday. And I'm going to stitch and I'm gonna maybe try and get some finishes, fully finishes done.
Wow.
I'm gonna go in the box and I'm gonna go through all my, I have a big crate of frames and I'm gonna try and frame some stuff. That was why I took off. So a couple of days rest.
You're braver than I am to tackle finishes.
Oh, I don't mind doing it. I'm gonna try and do the button, what's the button stitch for the Irish Fairy?
Yeah,
That picture on
buttonhole
there.
stitch, yeah.
Yeah, buttonhole stitch.
No, it's the blanket stitch.
Blanket stitch.
Stitch, yeah, blanket stitch. I'll just agree to anything, you know.
Please do. That's what I expect.
Yeah, that's it. Buttonhole. Just put some buttons on there. Just button that little picture on.
Right, right.
Actually, that'd be kind of cute. Have little tiny, tiny itsy bitsy buttons and put it on there. But
I don't think so.
yeah, I'm just
I'm
still looking for
poo-pooing
a
that
way out.
idea. That's too cutesy for
Yeah,
like,
it is.
yeah. Oh, I just realized there was a lawnmower going. Did you hear it? It stopped now.
Is it outside? Do you
No,
think
it's
it?
outside my thing. I don't even know how
Oh,
long it
because I
was
have
going
one outside
on.
our house too. I don't know if that's dug out there trying to mow before it rains or what.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry, people. Oh, there it is. Can you hear it?
no, because I hear a lawnmower out my
Oh,
window. So I keep pointing in my window.
I'm basically on a porch with no insulation, so you can hear everything out here.
I'm in my happy room, which is just way overcrowded. I gotta start moving stuff to my dad's. My happy room that I thought was gonna, I was in here the other night. I had fallen asleep because we have an antique bed in here. And that was when I heard the gunshots. So I can't wait to move. So anyway,
That is scary. That is really scary.
yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, join our Facebook group, Stitching Past
Yes.
My Bedtime,
Yep. Answer the questions.
and
And they're easy.
we'll get a Zoom call. I love it. Even if it's just an hour stitching with everybody, seeing what everybody's
Yeah.
stitching. It's fun. I just did the magazine monthly challenge. If anybody else is doing magazine monthly challenge, join her Facebook group, call them to Zoom, reach out to Carolyn if you don't have Facebook. It's fun. It's very laid back. It's a nice way to get to know people.
Yeah. I really wanted to do it yesterday, but I couldn't keep my little peepers open after the shooting incident. We don't know what happened, but I was waiting on the bullets to come through the window and in here.
Was it a lot
So
of shots?
yeah, yeah.
My gosh, did you look on the news this morning to see if there, or yesterday, to see if there was
No,
anything?
and we never heard sirens, which means we didn't call it in, but we have a fire station right by us. And I was thinking, well, I know it's a manned fire station, so why didn't they call it? Because
Maybe
if
it
I
wasn't. Maybe it was fireworks or something.
no, it was definitely gunfire. And then the neighbor stopped by to talk to Doug and ask Doug if he heard them too. So Doug's like, yeah, my wife came and woke me up. I could barely get him up. I'm like, they're shooting. And he's like, get down.
Oh
And then
my
he heard
gosh.
him.
So they were still going on. You went all the way
Yeah.
down to the bedroom and they were still
Yeah,
happening?
it's just across the hallway. Our
Oh.
bedroom's just across the hallway from my happy room. But so it's
Oh
never a
gosh,
dull
Kathy,
moment.
I'm sorry that you went through that. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. So next time I'll call the police. I know we should call the police, but
if you don't know where they're coming from, what do you say?
yeah, I know that it comes from like, the black, just give the generic black number, but then they're going to come around and then they wouldn't have heard them. And then,
Yeah.
like I was at our McDonald's, which is basically just down the end of our road. And there's like it's called Ballinger Highway, but it's not a highway. It's just a 4-lane road. And I was at the McDonald's one day and I was talking to Doug on the phone and I wanted to take a picture of the two guys in the car in front of us because one of them's hair was so funny. And I'm like, I'm just getting a really bad vibe from this guy in the car. And I said, but I want you to see his hair. And he goes, well, if you think he's going to get mad at you or something, don't put your camera up and take a picture. He ended up pulling a gun on the lady at McDonald's. And I was so proud of myself that I remembered the license plate. And I was on 911 while he was standing out there yelling at her with the gun in his hand. And I'm behind. And everybody else pulls around. And I'm like, I'm on 911. I've got the license plate memorized. And then they took off as fast as they could. And the dispatcher goes, and what color was the car?
Oh
I
no.
don't know. I couldn't tell you what color the car was.
Oh, but they could look it up by the license plate number.
And she said by the time that they got anybody dispatched there, they'd be long gone anyways. So she was like, well, we'll
Thanks for
see.
calling.
Yeah.
Have a
Like,
nice day.
yeah, she's
Don't
like, what
forget
kind
to
of
get
gun? It
your
was
order.
big and it was, like I'm gonna know what kind of gun. What kind of gun was it? It was big and it was silver. So, yeah. But we only live here because I had to have a residency in where we live at. So now I don't have that residency requirement. So woohoo! Get out of here. So
Oh my gosh. All right, so join our Facebook group.
yeah.
I don't know how we got there, but we did.
I won't get shot on while we're zooming or anything.
Yeah, right. You're safe on Zoom.
Yeah, all of a sudden you'll see me diving.
Oh, please.
Yeah. No. Get down.
Oh gosh. That's so funny. All right.
And
Well,
like and subscribe, like this, and tell your friends. And so we
please.
can grow our membership so we can do another giveaway.
Yeah.
So
So what's our next number to reach? 500?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. 500 and we'll give away another gift certificate. Shannon won the last one and she purchased some patterns, I believe. I think she might have. Oh shoot, Shannon, I was supposed to show those. I'll see if she sent me a picture of what she got. And
Okay.
put that out there next time. So, all right. Well, I
And
think that,
tell us what you're stitching, what's in your nerd, what's in your hoop, what's in your scroll frame, what's in your hand, what's in your Q snap.
oh yeah. Now we'll be able to
Enable
share on
us.
Facebook. Yeah.
Enable us. Because my wish list is getting bigger and bigger.
Well, I figured out, and I said this on the Zoom yesterday, I figured out what wish lists are for. It's so that you write them down and it replaces the purchase, the immediate purchase. Because here's the problem. Do you go to your wish list and look at what's on your wish list before you go shopping?
No.
No, neither
Mm-mm.
do I. Neither do I. So I think the only point is to resist the urge to buy at that time.
Yep.
So look at your long list and look at all the money you saved.
And look at how frugal I was this week with
Yeah, I
mine.
showed up. Hey, I just added 10 this month. That's 10 I
Yeah.
didn't buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
Thank me later.
yeah. Okay, what do you need that retreat mat thing for? Couldn't you make one? No, I couldn't. It's basically it's a placemat. Yeah, I know. But it has animals on it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna find a placemat and roll it up. I'm gonna stick a needle minder on it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna like I'm gonna double-sided tape a pocket on it. Watch. Everybody come. I'm gonna do
You could do like a little side class on how to make a retreat mat.
yeah. Here's my retreat mat. I do my little spot does get messy. Does get a little messy, but
I try to stay contained, but you know, if somebody spills something, I would rather this soak it up than my
uh,
design
yeah.
than what I'm working on or whatever. So anyway,
All right. Well then, I guess it's time to say goodnight.
I think so.
All right. Happy stitching.
Happy stitching to you. Good night.